Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Faction War. This is Catrian Purification Plant and Imperial Guard versus the Orks. For the Blue Guard team, burning as a Lord General, fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue. Got strong defense and support, a moustache, a cigar, a bolter in one hand. What else do you want in life? That fancy bionic arm of his. Alongside, handsome Sodding is back with an Inquisitor. An offensive hero with powerful control, begins in melee but can get specialised ranged weapons, and we have the Death Core of Krieg DLC. Rounding off the guard then, good luck, and a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in melee begins with a shield, can shoot his own fellas in the head to encourage them. Red Orks triumphs Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, the Goths elite scheme here I believe. Alongside, TheMadVlad and a Mekboy, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky gadgets, and rounding off the teams, the mighty Tenso and a Kommando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter, opens up with the stun bomb. Good hit. It's a good hit. Now ties them up in melee. Looks like Burning has got triple guardsmen. So does Good Luck over on the west side. Some Orky headbutts going in. The sluggers of the TheMadVlad in trouble in the mid. Is the Inquisitor available? Does she have the Hammer of the Witches? I think she does, and these guys are going to go down. Crunch. Sluggers wiped. The TheMadVlad does have more on the field. Sentinel gets the ground pound. No other Sentinels up yet. Over on the west side, Warboss pushing through, scaring off some poor guardsmen. Lord Commissar is sent packing. The shooter boys did drop a model. These guys didn't. And now they can get some Daka going on these guardsmen. Can they tough out the cap? They cannot. One of them falls over. Warboss might smack one in retreat here. Oh, he does a stomp. Which doesn't kill a model, but it'll mean they have to heal up for a bit longer, I guess. Pushing then all the way up to the natural power on the northeast corner is the Tenso. Can he bash that node, though? It's going to get repaired now. I don't think he can, actually. It's going to get double repaired, and only 3 shooters are shooting at it, so the node is saved. Slugger's got a decap here, though, and the retinue members, Derek and Nigel, have been repurchased, thankfully. Yeah, keep preparing that, I guess. Throw up some gens. And looters. Yeah, looters up for the Tenso on this quite narrow eastern side. And looters up for TheMadVlad, so the sluggers haven't been replaced. Oh, handsome Sodding dropped some guardsmen in the mid. Bunch of bodies. They have been replaced though. Over here. And grabs the VP too. Hammer of the Witches on the Mekboy's face. Inquisitor now runs 2-to-1 cap for the Blue Guard thanks to those 2 natural points being taken. Mekboy's back on it. There's a stomp. Guardsmen come in with some lasguns. Lots have been said about the how the lasguns appear in Dawn of War 4. Because in Dawn of War 4 they are these kind of discrete bolts of light. The same colour as these ones, which is like yellowish orangey. But a lot of people aren't a fan of that. Apparently though, that is the canon way to visualise lasgun shots these days. And obviously they're going to go for that under Games Workshop's direction. How do they appear in Darktide? I'm not sure. But apparently these days you're meant to visualise them as discrete bolts of orangey yellowish light. I don't mind too much that they're not straight laser shots. I would prefer them to be red though, so that they stand out a bit more. When they are discrete bolts of yellow light, they just kind of look like regular ammunition being shot with tracer rounds or something, I guess. War banner up here on the east side now. I'm sure someone will mod it into Dawn of War 4 or something so that they are straight laser shots. Oh, we have a Catachin's improvised explosive here, being spotted by the shooter knob. Yeah, the Catachins have used their grenade barrage already, and I guess they didn't want to push off it. They don't need to. All they're losing out on is this contested power point. As long as they defend their natural power, then I don't think you need to worry too much about a push, but looks like we are going to see one. There's a shotgun blast from the Catachin Devils. Looters are going to set up though, and it's going to be quite painful here. Lord General's into melee. Sluggers piling in on some poor guardsmen, but they are getting quite low. Got their burners in play though. Lord General runs. Looks like Derek and Nigel have fallen again. Catachin's still in play though. Can they get in on the looters here? Taking huge amounts of damage that close, but the looters are dealt with. It was the triple guardsmen firing on them that did it. Catachans were just soaking up the damage. Back to the mid. Mekboy's down with a death gun, looks like. Here comes the Warboss. He's not happy. Spiky armor's up. And we have Angry Bits. Now I'm Angry is what you just saw there, charging through. Spiky armor gives him really good health and health regen, with the added benefit of damaging enemies that hit him in melee, which guardsmen aren't going to be doing too much, but perhaps we'll see some Ogrins and stuff. Warboss now backing away. Couldn't get the revive. Shooter Boy is getting out-duckered, and we got some flamers up for the guardsmen of good luck. In fact, triple flamers. Now that is a choice, because these guys can't switch to plasma from flamer anymore, I don't believe. That was a thing for a little while, kind of like tactical marines can do, but I believe they removed that. Artillery spotters up here for Handsome to counter the looters of TheMadVlad, who does have more sluggers up now. Here they are. No burners though. Tier 2 for Handsome, Tier 2 for TheMadVlad. Western VP is uncapped. That's a lot of flamer action. But the sluggers piling in, able to deal with it. Bunch of ducker as well, of course. Here comes some support though from Handsome. He's got that sentinel up. Sluggers flee. Didn't want to get stomped, I guess. More sluggers are here. Not sure what they can do all by themselves though. And we have those artillery spotters. They got some fancy lasers and stuff, eh? They got scopes and everything. I don't think they do very good DPS though with their guns. Sluggers piling in, but they are all isolated and have to run. I don't think that was worth that little push in there. Back to the east side. Guardsmen flee. We got some Storm Boys up for the Tenso. Tier 2 also for burning. More spotters for good luck here. Are we going to see a Bane Wolf from Handsome Sodding? Could do a huge amount of work here. Contested power is being bashed. Natural power now being bashed. Looters are going to set up and cover it. Not completely, but most of it. Can they out-repair this? They may be able to. Catachans can just disrupt them, but they probably want to save that for the looters who are being all sneaky-like with hide the guns. And there they are, opening up and suppressing stuff. Tons of damage on these poor guardsmen. Where's the Catachans? Where's the grenade barrage? Shotgun blast for those guys. No grenade barrage for the looters that I can see. Stun bomb went in there too. There it is. Maybe they got stunned or something right after the shotgun blast and couldn't get that going. Lord General piling into melee again. Derek and Nigel fall once more. Storm Boys in the backlines, but Catachans are no slouch in melee, and they are tearing them up there. That was pretty impressive the way they dealt with them. Storm Boys on 20 hit points. 17, I think they're far enough away. Got down to 7 hit points, but they made it out. Well played, Burning. Does have the stabilizers, but didn't get the flak jacket or whatever it is. Carapace armor, that gives him the suppression immunity. He's using that health regen instead. Mekboy still down in the mid. Inquisitor level 3. And we have a Chimera, not a Bane Wolf. Chimera coming through for burning as well. There's tier 2 for good luck. And for Triumph and for the Tenso. And Tank Busters coming through for the TheMadVlad. Has seen the Chimera, of course. You guys still have your Death Gun. They can get an anti-vehicle upgrade. Back to the west side then. Contested victory point. Turning blue for the Guard. Lord Commissar is doing some work in there. Level 2. Power Sword. For the awesome lead by example. It's also got Carapace armor. Ton of health and health regen. And buffs the Commissar when he uses Inspire Courage. 15% increased damage for 15 seconds. And breaks his suppression if he is suppressed. It's not bad, eh? Also got Aura of Discipline. I was going to say often indicates you're going to see Ogrins, and we do indeed see some Ogrins coming through. Power Bashing Guard. Took down the node. Warboss is an appy, crushes one with his axe, then gets some friendly knockback from his Tank Busters. Still level 1 this guy. Gets a good stomp. Everything flees. They got one gen and one node, but now they're completely off the field. But I mean, the Lord Commissar's still in place. He's still got his spotters here. And Ogrins will hit the field very soon. Double Chimera from Handsome Sodding. Is that a mistake? On the east side, what's going on? Chimera is here. This is a support vehicle for the guard. You can jump inside of it and even use the little turrets on the side, which is handy. And reinforce around it. But this guy's in a bit of bother. Storm Boys are chasing the Knob Leader with that heavy melee axe. Or chopper, I guess, is what it's called. Can they escape? I don't think they can. The melee commandos, Commando Stabums, chucked a crack grenade on it and down it goes. And everything flees. Maybe they can help deal with this. Tank busters are in play. No damage yet on that Chimera that I can see. Inquisitor might want to, I was going to say tie them up, but could just use Assail as well, I guess. Goes into the Inferno pistol now. An expensive piece of war gear. Good damage to all targets from relatively short range, kind of like the melter guns that the Lord General has. West side is red. Ogrins battling it out with some sluggers, but there's that Weird Boy support and the Warp Vomit. Warp Vomit is so good. Ogrins get their support as well, though. Able to tough out that stun. That's such a good stun. It's like 8 seconds or something. It's pretty nuts. Still no revives for this. Oh, that's the Warboss that's down now. The Mekboy did get revived. East side. Did you power bash, fellas? They touched the power a bit, at least. Commandos infiltrate. Commando Knob infiltrates. These melee commandos these days are unique to the Commando Knob, by the way. You can call them in tier 2, as you see here. And there they go. They have 2 types of stick bombs. Long-range ones and short-range ones, as well as the anti-vehicle, anti-tank bomb or something they call it. I don't think it's technically called a crack grenade. Ogrins are here, though. And there's Use Your Red. Really good on-demand disruption, and they're so tough. These Ogrins got Chimera support and some Sodding helping out. Now the Ogrins run, Commandos run, Storm Boys are in here now, and the Sluggers too. It's a bit too much for the Ogrins to deal with. 457 to 360 on the VPs. Got a war truck in for TheMadVlad. Don't think they can really pressure the Chimera that much, although they're doing pretty damn good actually. It gets out back to the west side. That was an old Warp Vomit there. Last cannon in play actually. Lord Commissar is down. Did Triumph have a vehicle? Or was it just because of these guys? Not sure. I don't see any wrecks. But I may have missed it. 454 to 356 on the VPs. Contested power here is still blue for the guard. Looks like the natural power is all up as well. Yes, it is. Ogrin's back onto the field. Did they get any XP? They got some XP. Tier 3 for good luck. Tier 3 for TheMadVlad. West side is now very red. War truck here that can reinforce boys around it. Got the Mekboy with his death gun. Warboss charging in. Now has a power core, it looks like. Bad news for pretty much anything that he fights. Good disruption there on the Ogrins and a Warp Vomit. Poor bastards didn't stand a chance there. Commissar was not nearby to heal them with Aura of Discipline or anything either. And he's really good alongside them because of lead by example for his own disruption. Inferno pistol, dealing some good damage to the Death Dread. Looks like Judgment is on it. And Mandate thrown up there. She's going after it. She's so close to finishing off that Death Dread. Repairs coming in, but it does go down. Maybe those sluggers should have tried to tie her up. I'm not sure if they could have made that, covered that distance in time though. 411 to 356 on the VPs. Tier 3 for the Tenso. Look at this. Guard pushing all the way through. Bashing the power. Orky shotgun says hello. The special shooter here. Full bash. Ogrins are full health. Got that medic in the retinue now so he can hand out medical packs. There's some long range stick bombs. 395 to 356 on the VPs. 2-1 for the Orks. Keeping the pressure up here, though, is Burning. The other side is pushing the other way. Orks getting through onto the power, maybe. Warboss fighting some Ogrins with Ardboys on himself from his global bar. Does he make it out? 67 hit points. 40 odd. I think he's far enough away now. 381 to 356 on the VPs. Looter's here shutting down a bunch of stuff. Hell Fury Strike comes in. Almost finishes off with those tank busters. So the War Truck is still up and the Chimera is still up for Handsome, who is also going tier 3. Looks like Burning is the last player in tier 2. And the Orks are holding well on this side. You'll often see them kind of shoved off a point and then they come back rampaging again. But they're kind of holding their own over there. Not sure what this Kommando knob's up to, being all sneaky like. Takes a bunch of lasguns to the face. Stormboys jumping in, stunning as they land with that big knob leader. Ogrins to counter initiate. There's user red, but they'd already run off. But the Ogrins are bashing down here, look. They fully bashed all those gens. Well played, Burning. Did he bash both sides? I think maybe he did. The melee commandos decapping. They can't get their knob leader until tier 3, I believe, but now he's in tier 3. And Burning's on the way. Got a Lehman Russ on the way for good luck. Perhaps we'll see a Stormlord. Bunch of Orc infantry around, of course. 363, 356, very even on the VPs. Are they going to swap natural VPs here? Just use their medic pack from the medic. Chasing off the Commando. Stormboys are going to fight them. Stormboys do have those power melee choppers. So they can do some good damage to them. Can they get some knockbacks though with their melee skill? Doesn't look like it, but they do get them off the field and they take a model out. Can they jump again? They could. I think it's worth jumping again if you can get another model off them. No sign of it yet. And do they have the improved rocket packs? They do not. Which limits their jump distance. And they can't do the kamikaze jump as well. Level 4 Warboss, eh? Lord Commissar is down. Level 2. Commissar is fully kitted though, eh? Level 5 Inquisitor. Maybe he could get a revive. Probably needs to force off this stuff first. Is it worth taking 4 or 5 seconds or whatever it is to revive while everything else is fighting? Here's the Lehman Russ of good luck. And Handsome Sodding with a Stormlord on the way. This is an artillery spotter shell to provide vision. Bullgrins on the field for both good luck and Burning now. Pretty nice against Orks with their big melee mobs, because you can suppress a whole bunch of stuff with it. Execution are getting some good damage in, but taking a bunch of damage from the beamy death gun of the Mekboy. Tank busters there also. Big fight brewing actually here. Warboss goes charging through. Stormboys jumping in. Can they get the Lehman Russ? They can. Lehman Russ is done for. Rocks coming in. Boom gun shot from the looted tank. Knocks them into it. Look at that. That is devastating stuff. Those guardsmen had a really bad time. Good luck. Well, luck has gone. Almost level 3 on a Lord Commissar. He's down to 2 units. One of them is a Bullgrin squad though. Got these slab shields and those power mauls with the electric shield ability that can suppress stuff, but they're off the field at the moment. And good luck needs to try and recover here. Stormlord is going to hit the field. This Chimera is still going. And Burning still has these Bullgrins too. They're limited to 1. Resets their level when they become Bullgrins. Level 3 Lord General. Some sneaky commandos. Level 3 also. These guys have a stun bomb as well, right? There's some stick bombs. Dodged. Orks hiding all the way through onto the natural power. Las Cannon though, getting shots on the war truck. And down it goes. Was trying to provide some support is a Stormlord. With las cannons, heavy bolters, and the Vulcan mega bolter up front there with serious anti-infantry damage. Can also reinforce off this thing and jump inside of it, which is handy. Some of those Aura of Discipline heals going off on those Bullgrins there. Weird Boy Gotta be careful there, bud. If you get suppressed by those Bullgrins, you're basically done for. You need to run. Inquisitor level 6. And she's got some powerful war gear here. Lob squad up for MadVlad. A prime target for the assail, maybe. Oh, the looted tank went down. Well done, the Bullgrins of Burning. 284 to 356 on the VPs. Commandos flee. Burning takes the VP there. Looting with a double cap. Good luck, needs to get stuff on the field though. Might be looking for another Lehman Russ or a big super heavy tank maybe. I think maybe he should get some Kasrkin up on that side. There's a sail on the Commandos. Almost got the triple cap there. But a little burst of Love the Daka knocks back the Inquisitor. She's back on the cap, being burned by the burner bomb. More power bashing from Burning. Doing really well with this big infantry army, but a Bane Blade's on the way now for Burning. Handsome Sodding urging his allies to get back. There's a big foot of Gork. Crunch. Did a great job dodging it, actually. Warboss charges in, level 6. Needs to go for the Bullgrins with this power claw, surely. Knobs are there with their huge hammers, popping their frenzy. Orks is called in. Big retreats now. Some friendly fire, though. And I'm not sure if... Did Burning lose something? Did he have another squad up? There's a rocket run. Pretty good first run. Second run didn't hit too much. I think they should invest in some Psychers here, maybe. To help out those Bullgrins with the telekinetic dome. Down goes the Lord Commissar. And that Stormlord is sitting pretty on the Western VP right now. Good luck is floating resources. Still wants to get a big super heavy tank, I think. Warboss now level 8 with grief. How much damage is that power claw doing? Over 100 DPS now for sure. Those guys died pretty hard. Flash kits on the way for MadVlad. The Tenso with a looted tank on the way. Foot of Gork. Didn't do too much to the Bane Blade, but these Commandos with their rocket launchers trying to get around onto rear armor here. Warboss charges in as well, gets a few swings. Need to try and make small movements so it stays facing front here. Warboss still going. Rocket run. Uncapped VP. The Commando Stabums now have their Nob Leader who gets a heavy melee huge hammer. But he can't stay in play. No sign of the rocket launcher from the Commando. 284 to 241. There's the retreat. 1-to-1 cap is in. Bullgrins are level 2 for good luck. Level 2 for Burning. They've done a great job so far. Nob squad popping their frenzy for the cap. There it is. And there's the use your shield. Suppressing them. That could be a vital cap they got there. Flash kits in play now. These are their Stas guns. If they want to threaten the Ogrins, they need to use the blasters. Oh, they're conceding. The Orks have conceded. Good luck didn't even get another unit up. I think they could have fought on, but they could not see a way back with the way the west side was fortified, I think, with that Stormlord and that Chimera. Let's have a look at these heroes, eh? Level 5 Lord General. Level 8 Inquisitor. Level 5 Lord Commissar. Did have Fist of Brockus at the end. And Flak Jacket. Warboss is level 8. Level 3 Mech. And a level 5 Commando Nob. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to these players for duking it out in a faction war. And I'll see you guys next time.